Shalom. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Thaba Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. What we teach is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel according to the Bible. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If you're not in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, then you are not in the truth. You understand? That rings so heavy this day and age because you got so many other Israelite groups involved in so many shenanigans. You understand? That they out here shaming the work of the Lord. You understand? Making a mockery of the work of the Lord. You understand? And brothers and sisters, they had everything they wanted to say about us saying that we not affiliated with no other Israelite group. You understand? Like we was wrong for saying that. You understand? But now you starting to see like brothers is, other Israelite groups, the same ones that was talking trash about us, saying we not affiliated. Now they saying they not affiliated with other groups. You know what I mean? What's really going on? You understand? You got any questions, any comments? Go ahead and type them into the chat. You understand? Any questions that you got, go ahead and type them into the chat. You understand? I give you time to get your questions in before we get into our topic for the night. You understand? It's a lot going on in the world today. You understand? See who we got in the chat today. All right, Sister Panayah. Strong sister holding it down. Officer Mardaki's rib. See, we got Princess Nazam Anna, Sister Kaya Baf, and Shalom. You understand? Like I said, if you got any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. We're going to get straight to it. You understand? Again, we are the Israelite School of UPK. Started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. You understand? We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on with our Twitter. Move that. Worry about Twitter for now. Matter of fact, let's see something. Oh, there we go. All right, shalom. All right, so we got Twitch in the building. We got YouTube, we got Facebook, we got Twitch Live. All right. Most High in Christ. Like I said, if you got any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. You understand? Any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. Hey, Lord in Christ, what's going on with it? All right, so since we don't have no questions in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this clip, right? Let's see. Give me 1 second. Up. Let's mute that. Give me 1 second here. All right, we about to get it started. Boom. 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 Here we go.
Has founded a one.
All right, so we're about to play this video. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna talk about this video in just a second. You know what I mean?
Group of white supremacists has founded a 160-acre settlement in the Ozark Hills for white people only, and it's called Return to the Land. It was set up in 2023 by two men named Eric Orwell and Peter Cesare, and it explicitly bans Jewish people, LGBTQ individuals, and anyone who isn't a white Christian of European descent. In this case, it turns out Jews are not considered white after all. Now, this white-only town is vetting members through interviews and ancestry screening, and only those who can prove European roots are allowed in. Right now, about 40 people live there full-time, but hundreds more around the world have already paid for membership. And once accepted, members can buy land, but instead of traditional deeds, they're sold LLC tied to private plots. The group claims that this loophole lets them bypass civil rights housing laws. Well, joining us now is Gerard Fileti. He's a senior counsel at the Lawfare Project. So can a community like this legally use LLC shares in a private members association to avoid civil rights housing laws? Are they going to be able to get away with this in modern America?
It's very unlikely that they will be able to get away with this in modern America, precisely because this runs afoul of anti-discrimination laws, federal anti-discrimination laws, and potentially state ones as well. Now, you can have a private organization that does discriminate. As unsavory as and disgusting as that may be, in America, you can associate with people whom you choose. But when you're holding yourself out to the public, when you're opening yourself up for a membership, and especially when you are constructing or selling housing, then you have to comply by anti-discrimination laws. And that means that you can't limit who you sell to, even if they're trying to structure this in a clever manner.
So here's the thing, right? So a lot of black people are upset about hearing about this white-only settlement in Arkansas. You understand? A lot of black folks is hurt. It's broken hearted about this thing right here. You understand? But here's the thing, man. Like this, what our oppressor is doing is what every nation on the earth is doing, except for blacks, Hispanics, and everything. You understand? Like this is nothing new. Like, see, we live down here in the South Carolina. You understand? And our brothers and sisters in Georgia can tell you that they are currently towns. And matter of fact, let me pull this up. Go ahead. I think everybody's still. Yeah, it's gonna still be right. Salakia, can y'all hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. You can put a 1 in the chat, Bob Bashar. Let me know you still hear me. I can run it for you. Say what? I can run it for you. I got it. So let me try to find it. right, so check this out, right? I'm sure y'all know who Oprah Winfrey.
In 1987, the Oprah Show had only been on the air for 5 months. Trouble was brewing in the Deep South, in a county where no black person had lived in 75 years. For the first time, Oprah left her studio and headed straight into the eye.
Now, hold on. Now, listen. Now, we're talking about one town, right? What's it called? The return to the land. We're talking about one town, right? But this article talking about an entire county. You understand? They're talking about a whole county. You know how big a county is? Like, a county ain't little, huh? You understand? Like, cities are inside of counties. Like, Atlanta is inside of a county. You understand? Greenville is inside of a county. You have the city of Greenville, then you have the county of Greenville. You understand? Counties are huge. And this is an entire white county. You understand? We'll go back and keep
of the storm.
We bring you today to Forsyth County, Georgia, just 30 miles north of Atlanta, which in the...
Now, hold on. Let us look this up, right? Go to Google, right? Forsyth County, Georgia. Let's see how big this county is. Let me see. All right, look at this, right? This is a map of Georgia. That white spot right there, that white spot that you see right here, that is Forsyth County. You understand? Where is Atlanta at? Is it Fulton County? Look, this is Fulton County, right? This is where Atlanta is. Fulton County, well, Fulton County is pretty big now. But Forsyth is almost the same size as Gwinnett County. You understand? Almost the same size. That's an entire county of white supremacists. You understand? We're going to go back to the video.
Past few weeks has gained the reputation of being a hotbed of racism. Here are just some of the images of Forsyth County in past weeks that were broadcast around the globe.
There's no niggers here. Why should they even come, you know? They asked for it. They got it. So why they come back, you know?
It's hard to believe that this show aired nearly 30 years ago. Oprah's show in Forsyth was causing an uproar. As protests were going on outside, tempers were heating up inside too.
Somebody tell me, where did the people who come from who were shouting, "Nigger, go home"? They came from where?
Yes, ma'am. They came from, my name's Frank Shirley. I'm the head of the committee to keep Forsyth and Dawson County white.
Let him speak. Please let him speak. He has the right to speak.
Okay, the news media is covered up. There were thousands of white people who came out to join our white people's protest. This is the largest white people's protest against communism and race mixing in the last 30 years. The news media has deliberately covered up the nature of the Brotherhood marchers, many of whom are outright communists and homosexuals, and our organization was the only one that dared take a stand against them. They brought in
So you're
thousands.
not just anti-black, you're also anti-gay too.
I'm opposed to communism, race mixing, and low morals, and homosexuals are of low morals, in my opinion.
You don't believe that people of other races have the right to live here?
They have the right to live wherever they want to, but we have the right to choose if we want a white community also. That's why we moved here.
You believe? That's what you believe. Excuse me. Why is it that there are people in this county, obviously, who are afraid of black people? What is it you are afraid black people are going to do? I mean, that's what I'd like to know.
I'm afraid of them coming to Forsyth County. I lived in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta. And in 1960, 1963, the first blacks were bused to West Fulton High School. And I go down there now and I see my neighborhood and my community, which was a nice community, a nice neighborhood. And now it's nothing but a rat infested slum area because they don't care. They don't care. Thank you.
No, wait, stand up. You know. Do you mean they, us, the entire black race? The entire black race?
Blacks and you have niggers.
What's the difference between a black?
See that's that right there. What he just said. Did y'all catch what he just said? What he just said? He said you got black, and you got nigger. Right now, why is he saying that? What's the significance of him saying you got blacks and you got niggers? Go ahead.
He's saying black as in the ones who are basically the coons, who kiss up to death. And the ones who are like you know who Uncle Ruckus is, right?
Right.
That's who we call them black. Then niggas is the ones who call the ones we call the niggas is the ones who stand up against them, and the ones basically who we call thugs or you know, if I'm getting it right, then the ones who basically he's saying that's in the hood.
Right. And so here's the thing about the white man. He is divisive. You understand? He is very divisive. You understand? I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Give me 1 second. He's very divisive. All right, so this right here is the definition of divisive. It's from the Oxford Dictionary. Definition of divisive is tending to cause disagreement or hostility between people. You understand? That's what our oppressor is. That's what the white man is. He's a very divisive race of people. You understand? And what I mean by that is he's categorizing black people in 2 categories. As black people and niggers, right? So a lot of our people will think, okay, because they love our oppressor. So they're like, okay, so he's not gonna call me a nigger. I'm not a nigger, right? I'm a black person. I'm not a nigger. I'm black. I'm not a nigger. So even ones of our people who believe that actually think they're above our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? They even look at our brothers and sisters and look down on them and have a hatred. Man. Like, I'll give you a prime example, right? The IUIC. You understand? The IUIC does that a lot. They consider themselves black. They don't consider themselves niggas. You understand? They get up there in class and they call us niggas in the UPK. They say that we do a bunch of N-word crap. You understand? Say we full of niggery and you know what I mean, all that. That's one thing about our people. You understand? That is a result of the divisiveness of our oppressor. He knows how to divide us. He done mastered dividing us for 500 years. You understand? He first divided the Native Americans. You understand? He turned tribes against one another. You understand? No, it's not here. I shot it. There's a book called The History of the North American Indian. You know what I'm saying? I recommend every brother and sister check that book out. It's a long one, but it's got some very rich history as far as things that happen, especially if you live in the South. It's got a lot of rich history as far as how our oppressor went about wiping out the Native Americans. Go ahead, Al.
Like I said, I can't remember the name of the movie. There was a movie they made where it basically proved what you're saying. During it either was the Civil War or the Revolutionary War, where they went to one tribe and they told this tribe, hey, if you do this for us, we'll help you out with this, that, third. And what they was asking for them to do was help them find these other tribes, you know, that were basically giving them hell. You know, the Indians, I'm talking about the Indians, baby. I'm talking giving them hell. And they didn't know how to find the Native Indians or yet beat them. So they went to another tribe and bribed them off into helping them defeat this other tribe. And in the end, it eventually turned that tribe against the other tribe when they were working together at one point, but the other tribe went for the money.
Right, right. And that's exactly that. That was one of the ways they divided us. But there was many ways. You understand? And many of the ways, when you research about the ways they turn Native American tribes against one another, if you look at all the different ways they turned us against one another, you'll see a direct parallel in the Black community. You see a direct parallel. You understand? They separate us by religion. You understand? They separate us by skin color, by skin complexion. You understand? They separate us by education. Right? They separate us by they've got so many different ways to separate us. You understand? And they have so many tools that can lure our people against one. You understand? This is why we say that the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks. Because there's no one on this earth that's more divisive than the white man. You understand? There's nobody on this earth. Remember that word, divisive. You understand? The Bible said, Christ said to mark those that cause division. You understand? And our oppressor is the most divisive being in existence. You understand? He knows how to divide us. He is master of that. You understand? So much so that when he can subtly on national TV say, it's a racist white man. This white man racist. You understand? And as much as he hates black people, there are black people out here who still want this white man to love them. You understand? And are willing to kill themselves to earn the love of this devil. Go ahead.
Like I said, like I was saying earlier, like these black folks that's upset about them wanting all white county or whatever, you haven't learned anything yet.
Right.
You haven't learned nothing from integration. You haven't learned nothing from wanting the same thing what the white man got or whatever. You feel me? Like that shows the lack of knowledge. Like the Bible says, my children are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Like that's how you know you're not paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say I was one of those people. You feel me? Like back in the world, I would have got mad about that. Why you ain't want no black people or anything? But now that I came to the truth, I see that we should just let them have whatever it is they want. Let them have it. They ain't got much time anyway to have it.
Right.
Like sooner or later, all that gonna belong to us. And then for them to get it, you got to go through me.
Right. Right. You understand? So it's, you know what I mean? It's like these devils, they show you every day, you understand, that they hate us. And what reason do they have to hate us? Because every reason that this devil said, you understand, like we can run it back. We can run it back a second. He gonna explain to you why he hate black people.
They don't care.
Yeah,
Community, a nice neighborhood, and I see my neighborhood. The first blacks were bused to West Fulton High School, and I go down there now and I see my neighborhood and my community, which was a nice community, a nice neighborhood, and now it's nothing but a rat-infested slum area because they don't care. They don't care. Thank you.
No, what Senator? What's that? You know. Do you mean they, us, the entire black race, the entire black race?
Blacks and you have niggers.
What's the difference between a
I've
black
talked-
person and a nigger to you?
I've talked to black people. Black people, they don't want to come up here. They don't want to cause any trouble. That's a black person.
Listen what he just said. They don't want to cause any trouble. You understand? A good old Christian, a good old anti-gun, anti-black, pro-abortion, anti-LGBT. Pro-LGBT. So like, you understand? Good old stepping fetch coon. You understand? TD Jakes don't want no trouble. You understand? They going, yes, sir, no, sir, white man to death. You understand? And put a knife in the back of his own people. You understand? That's what he means when he talk with. That's a black man. You understand?
A nigger wants to come up here and cause trouble all the time. That's the difference.
You understand? Now that's a lot. You understand? Nigger, you understand? What they call it, what they consider to be a nigger is somebody who ain't down with their program. Right? You understand? Like, because here's the thing, right? What about back in the 40s and the 50s, in the 30s, in the 20s? You understand? What about them? What about them? You understand? Down in Charleston. You understand? What's Emmett Till? He ain't want no trouble. You understand? But yet they maimed that brother. You understand? Threw his body in a lake. You understand? They demolished his. You seen what his body looked like after it was done with him? You understand? You know what I mean? They called us niggas all through civil rights. You understand? We ain't want no trouble. See, here's the thing. They want you to be a good slave. A black person to them is a good slave. You understand? And a nigga to them is a black man who refused to be a slave. You understand? But what he not telling you is how the neighborhoods got destroyed. You understand? Because here's the thing: black neighborhoods at one point in time was beautiful neighborhoods. They was beautiful neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. The danger in the black community was the police. That was the danger. You understand? That's why we started gangs, to defend our own people against other nations of people coming into our communities, beating the life out of us, beating us half to death, and not serving no time for them. You understand? Guess what? Them was black people who didn't want to cause no trouble. You understand? But yet they were still niggas. So what is it, Mr. White Man? What is it? You understand? That's how you know that what he's saying is, excuse my language, but it's bullshit. You understand? That's how you know that what he's saying, he's full of it. You understand? But those words are powerful because those words divide black people from their brothers. You understand? That's why some people walk by and listen to us at camp and just sit there and shake their head like, oh, I can't believe you saying that. I can't believe you say that we should separate from the white man. God love everybody. You understand? Well, guess what? The white man don't love everybody. He telling you right here in the video. He don't love everybody. You understand? Well, we trying to listen. This is how you know that our people, man, listen. Our people are destroyed in this country. You understand? Our people are destroyed. You understand? I want you to get a scripture for me if you could. I want you to give me Hosea 4:6. Go ahead and read it when you got it up.
Hosea 4:6.
Yeah.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Read it again.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we destroyed in America. We are destroyed in 2025. You understand? We are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And why are we destroyed? What is that knowledge supposed to come from? That knowledge is supposed to come from the Christian pastor. He the one with the Bible. He the one teaching the Bible. You understand? But yet we lack the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to navigate these times. You understand? We following Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said out his own mouth. You understand? He said out his own mouth, I fear I led my people into a burning house.
Right.
You understand? So we destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Then that means Martin Luther King was a dumbass. You understand? He was a dumbass for leading his whole tribe into a burning house. You understand? So we destroyed for a lack of knowledge because we got these dumbasses on the pulpit and on TV and on the radio. You understand? And on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook Live and YouTube. You understand? Who are put up as an example for our people. You understand? And our people are destroyed because of it. You understand? But destroyed because the leaders that they put up in front of us, they lack the knowledge of the truth. They lack that knowledge and wisdom. You understand? They lead us to our oppressor. They want us to love our oppressor. You understand? To join with them and forgive them and forget about their. They want us to forget about this. They want us to forget about what this man said. They want us to forget about what Hulk Hogan said. Right? You understand? I watched Booker T. And Booker T used to be one of my favorite wrestlers. I used to love Booker T. Harlem Heat. Hey, those was my boys back in the day, man. You understand? Man, Booker T, I felt so ashamed when Booker T sat up there to defend him. You understand? I was waiting to hear what Booker T had to say. You understand? Booker T ain't had no backbone, man. You understand? They let this white man walk around and disrespect black people for years. You understand? And then they gonna go into listen. If somebody got to sit on TV and explain to the nation why this person is not racist, they racist.
Right.
You understand? If 50 people got to go on TV and go to these interviews, you understand, and explain to the whole world why this person ain't racist, they racist. You understand? Because otherwise it wouldn't be no question. Right. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no question. It wouldn't be no question about his Hulk Hogan and racist. He racist. Right. Like Donald Trump. Like people have to go and defend Donald Trump. You understand? And here's the thing. Here's why you need to stop. All you stepping fetching coons. Listen up, man. I'm gonna tell you a true story. This true story, whether you believe it or not, is why you need to stop standing up for these racist ass devils. Because let me tell you something, man. I remember one day we was at camp in Charleston, South Carolina. I tell the story all the time. You understand? I tell the story all the time. So we was at camp, and I can't remember. I think I was speaking, and I got a gift to just I can piss off all the white people outside. You know what I'm saying? Like in Charleston, South Carolina, like I used to love pissing off them white folks. You understand? But so I'm up there speaking, and this brother comes up. This brother probably about maybe 15, 16, high school age brother. You understand? The brother had a lot of heart, but the brother was misguided. The brother came up, he was on a basketball team. And the basketball team was all white. except for this brother, right? He was the only brother on the basketball team. So here he come up to, hey, man, you can't talk about white people. All white people ain't bad. You know, white people, you can't hate white people. You can't hate God love everybody. And God love white people too. You know, he pulling out every point he could think of in his mind. You understand? Now, of course, I'm really not acknowledging the brother. I'm teaching my topic. But he just yelling, defending these white people. You understand? And then right after he said everything he had to say, a white boy on his team stepped right up and said, you effing N-words. He said, you fucking niggers. And the brother sat back like, and then he just looked so defeated after that. Right. And then the white boy turned around and says, well, you know, like, you know what I mean? You're not a nigger, you know, they're niggers, you're not a nigger. You know what I'm saying? Just like how this devil just said. Right? That's what he said. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? That's like, listen, man, that's like a vampire. He said, yeah, I drink blood. I ain't gonna drink your blood. Right. He gonna drink your blood. Yeah, I'm gonna drink blood, but I'm not gonna drink your blood. You my man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that stomach get to growling, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the cartoons, they be hungry, their friend turned into a chicken. You look, why you looking at me like nothing? And then next thing you know, he got the bib on with the fork. Right. Like, hey, why you looking at me like that? You know what I'm saying? Because this is the true heart of these devils. Right. You understand? That's knowledge that every black person needs to understand. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I watched this short. It's a clip. I just happened to be swiping through TikTok, you know what I mean, one day, and there was a clip of a sister who was talking about what happened when she started dating a white man. Said she got married, he took her on dates, treated her good, and bought her gifts, took her on vacations, and said everything was all good until she called her a nigger. You see what I'm saying? And here's the thing, like, you think that because you laying down and giving your box to a white man that he don't hate black people? Right. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you think that because that white girl sending you naked pictures, you know what I'm saying? Because she blowing your ride, your cousin ride, your uncle ride, your daddy ride, because she blowing every brother ride in the hood, you think she not racist? You understand? Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Listen, man. You know what I mean? Before I came into the truth, you know, I struggled. You know what I mean? I struggled with dating outside my race. You understand? And one thing, and I've seen this firsthand in the world. You understand? Well, a white girl, you know what I mean? You could think she not racist all you want. Make her mad enough. You understand? You're going to see exactly how racist the woman that you let lay in your bed is. You understand? And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That is dangerous, huh? You understand? That's like laying in the bed with a pit viper, thinking that it's designed to bite you and take your life. That's what it's built for. You understand? But yet you think because if you can love it enough, it's gonna love you. Nah. You know what I mean? You heard the parable, the story about the snake and the turtle? When the snake told the turtle, said, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm starving, man. I'm trying to get across the river, man. Give me a ride across the river. And the turtle told the snake, nah, you a snake. You gonna bite me. He said, man, I ain't gonna bite you, man. I'm just trying to get over there, man, because I ain't no food over here, man. I'm just trying to survive, man. I promise. I ain't gonna bite you, man. I just need a ride. Turtle thought about it. It's like, man, I get a ride. So the snake crawled up on the turtle back. Turtle got in the water, took the snake across the water. You understand? As soon as the turtle got up out the water, the snake bit him. And as the turtle rolled over dying, his last breath, he said, "Man, I thought you said you wasn't gonna bite me." And the snake looked him dead in the eye and said, "You lost the snake you bit." That's how it is trying to love our oppressor. You understand? Go ahead, Up.
Like I said, that's why when I'm at camp, almost every speaking I say in camp or at camp, I always bring up Deuteronomy 28:68, not because it proves that we came over here on slave ships, and it actually a prophecy that proves that we are the Israelites, but because of that one saying that it has in Deuteronomy 28:68, ye will be sold unto your enemy.
Right.
And I keep telling people, these are your enemies.
Right.
You feel me? They are not to be your friend. Like if I know this person over here is out to hurt me, out here trying to, get me at my worst point in any type, way, shape, or form, why would I go over there and try to be their friend? You understand? Like, that's just like the snake. The snake gonna look at it, you gonna try to be their friend. They do something, you gonna be like, I thought you was my friend. You knew I was a snake when you were sold to me.
Right.
Feel me?
Right.
That's why the Bible tells you who your enemy is.
Right.
And you still out here, you still want integration.
Right.
You understand? Like that's why it's heavy that you pull Hosea 4:6. You lack knowledge. You lack wisdom. You feel me? Like, you're not wise. Because the Bible says, even oppression maketh the wise man mad. You feel me?
Right.
Like black people as a nation gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. The Bible said, how long must you sleep? You old sluggard. You feel me? Like, you gotta wake up. I
mean, that's heavy. You know what I mean? That's heavy what you said, and that is a key point about that scripture about Deuteronomy 28:68. You understand? Like, oftentimes when I would break that scripture down at camp, I would break it down like, sold to your best friend, sold to your cousin,
right,
sold to your mama and them,
right,
sold to your good old friendly neighbors, to your white friends, to good white people,
right.
You know what I mean? Sold into your enemies. Right. You understand? That's a principle that we all need to understand. You understand? That is first thing every Black, Hispanic, and Native American needs to do is they need to learn their true nationality. You understand? They need to learn who they are. You understand? And they need to learn who they are, because who they are is so important. Because who they are is the 12 tribes of Israel. And being that they are the 12 tribes of Israel, then this book is full of wisdom that will deliver them out of this nation, right? Out of this oppression. You understand? You think we ain't living in hell a lot? We in hell. Right. Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans is in hell. You understand? With Satan on the throne. Right. You know how they talk about hell, how they describe hell in the movies. You got Satan sitting on the throne. Right. Guess what? He's sitting on the throne. It's called the White House. Right. You understand? It's called the Oval Office. That's Satan. You understand? And guess what? All his demons, that's all these police officers, you know what I mean, lurking the street, tormenting Black people. You understand? And people like this devil here, man, who telling you there's Black people and there's niggas. Right. Oh, and Oprah she probably smiled a little bit on the inside when he said that. Right. I'm gonna play this video a little bit more. Look, you see a white woman with a hairdo like that, she hates black people. Right? He'll say, look at this hairdo, man. These those they still be wearing these hairdos, right? You see the devil with some hair like that, she hates black people.
Right. I get serious, but for black people, I don't know if this is just a gift or this is just black people. Like certain white people, you can look at them like the way they dress, the way they carry themselves. And in your head, you be like, I bet you he hate black people. I bet you he hate us. You feel me? And they always prove themselves.
Like, I'll take it a step further. If you look at a white person and they white, they hate black people. You understand?
Especially if they got that military cut, that police cut.
Listen, now, you know, down here, listen, here's what I learned in life, right? All devils hate black people. Right. All of them. They all hate black people. Even the white woman who dates a black man. Right. You know why white women date black men?
For how you say it? For sexual satisfaction.
Sexual. Somebody in the chat, if somebody in the class right now, somebody type into the chat, why do white women date black men? Can somebody answer that for me in the chat? That's wrong, by the way. You understand? Because that is not why white women would date a black man. Somebody type it into the chat for me. Why do white women date black men? Because white women date black men for a different reason than why a white man would date a black woman. They date for different reasons. Why would a white woman date a black man or sleep with a black man? What makes her want to do that? See if anybody, we got any psychology majors out there that can break it down for me. I got an answer, and I'm gonna drop it on you, and it's heavy, but I want to see if anybody can guess. Why does a white woman sleep? Even if you're wrong, go ahead and throw it out there. Just throw some answers out there. Let me see what your thought process is. So I don't know, but I can't wait to hear you break both down. Oh yeah, we're gonna break it down, sis. You understand? We're gonna break it down. You understand? Why do white women date black men, sleep with black men? I want to hear y'all thoughts on the matter before I get to it. See what time it is. 7:50. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Let's see, to keep him in check. No, ain't got nothing to do with the black man. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should have knew my rib was going to know. Let's see. It got nothing to do with them being pleased. What Labaya said is correct. Hold on. So she does it to her. Not necessarily. She don't do it to hurt you. Not necessarily. She doesn't do it to hurt black women. You understand? It's not to hurt black women. You understand? But she does. But black women are the motivation. But it's not to hurt black women. You want to give it a shot? Want to give it another shot? I gave you a hint. It has to do with black women. Go ahead.
Take the black man out the black house. Almost, but it ain't quite that deep. Almost. That's a good one. I got one more shot. Go ahead. You know how the scripture says, "Don't give your sons and your daughters." Is it because they would take you from basically like the black culture?
I mean, that is true, but that's not the reason why a white woman would date a black man. All right, so Yeah, a couple more seconds before I lay it on. Yeah, a couple more seconds. Nobody answer me in the next couple seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. It's gonna blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. All right. So I'm gonna give it to you. All right. So the reason why white women sleep with black men is because black women are naturally the most beautiful. Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are naturally the most beautiful women on the planet. You understand? And the most desired women on the planet. You understand? They the baddest. They're the baddest on the earth. Ain't no woman on the planet better than black, Hispanic, or Native American. You understand? So with that being said, right? You ever heard of the Teon laws? The Teon laws were laws that were introduced during slavery. And what it was that's where the rule came from, which the female slaves started to wear those bonnets. Because during slavery, black women were oppressed, coming to work in rags, showing up on a plantation in rags every day, and still looking like royalty, still looking absolutely beautiful, way more beautiful than Miss Susan. And you know, makeup back then wasn't nothing like it is today. Makeup back then was like baby powder and dirt. You know what I'm saying? They looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost up in their house. You know what I'm saying? Like you see some of the pictures. Let me show you. Let's look up some pictures of some white women during slavery. Right? Let's see. White women during slavery. I'm gonna show you.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Go ahead.
Being that you bringing up that, did you know there was an article out that was saying, you know, it was an article back in slavery talking about the black woman's shape. Like, you know how black women get thick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they was talking about their shape, and they said it got to the point where slave masters was picking the black women in the house slaves off of their shapes. You understand? Because you know, white women body don't get like black women body. The white woman got to go get all kind of surgeries and all kind of other stuff for her body to be like a black woman.
Right.
You understand? So, like, that was another thing. Like them slave masters used to see an old thick black woman come out there, and they used to lose their mind.
All right, look at this. Look at this white woman right here. I'm saying that's a white woman. Hold on. Oh, it ain't even on the stage. Come on. Let me add that back. See that woman right there on the right? That's a white woman. You know what I'm saying? That was like, you know what I'm saying? Look at these doubles. You know what I'm saying? That is not pretty right there. That ain't attractive. Look at that. That's what the white woman looked like. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You take away that makeup, that's what they look like still to this day. They still look like this.
Right.
Look at this. Look. 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 You know what I'm saying? And listen, they ain't have showers and deodorant and perfume and body butters back then.
Ugly
You know what I'm
ass.
saying? They was ugly, funky, smelling like dog water. You know what I'm saying? Hot dog water, smelling like sweaty dog. You know what I'm saying? That was the white woman during slavery. Y'all. She was not a pretty thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that. Look. You know what I'm saying? Look at these doubles. Look at this. Look, this is a more accurate depiction. Look at that. Look. That motherfucker look like John Wayne.
If that picture right there, what you got up, sir, that's the real monkey.
Yes,
That's the real gorilla right there.
You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this devil right here. That's the white woman now. You know what I'm saying? During slavery, that's her. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? The black woman is with all the white woman's riches and power. The black woman was still more beautiful than she was. Right. You don't know how, because the black woman used to come to the plantation with her hair braided. Right. You know what I'm saying? She could do all these designs, these intricate braids all in her head. You know what I'm saying? And during slavery, they used to take flowers and braid the flowers into their hair. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the black woman would look so beautiful and look so royal while picking cotton that the white woman could not stand how much the white man desired the black woman. Right? So even the white man looked at the black woman like she was far more beautiful than the white woman. Right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these white slave masters, you understand, they would have entire families with slaves. You see what I'm saying? Right. And would have 1 or 2 kids with their wife, with the white woman, but have a plenty kids with a slave. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that these white women ended up raising hell. You know what I'm saying? And forced they hand and used their influence to institute the Teon laws. And the point of the Teon laws was to stop black women from looking so much more beautiful than the white woman. While she got all this money and makeup and dresses and powders and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And her husband don't even want to come home to her. Don't even want to look at her. Like a raccoon in the face. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is like, you know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say that even during our worst, black women were better at white women at their best. At their best. Like Michael Jordan had one of the coldest lines I ever heard. He used to piss off other players he would match up against. He used to make them mad. He used to talk trash on purpose to make them mad. And the reason why he would do that is because he said the reason why he would do that is because I wanted them to know that when I beat them at their very best. That's cold. You understand? The black woman was a slave and was beating out the white woman at her very best while she was at her very worst. You understand? And so because of that, you know what I'm saying? Look fast forward to today. You understand? Nobody, you know what I mean? Black women are far more attractive, right? Even to this day. Like you brought out, a white woman got to go get the BBL, the liposuction, the lip injection, and this skin tan, all these other things, just to try to compete with the black woman. You see what I'm saying? So, like black women, even a slim a skinny black woman got more curves than a white woman. Right? You understand? And so, so here's the thing. White men prove to themselves every day that they're better than black men. Not that they are, but it's just they prove it to themselves by participating in white supremacy. Because of white supremacy, because of the power that white people have in the world, they are able to wake up tomorrow, go get a job, go get a bank loan. They're able to get charges dropped, to get, you know what I mean, to get, you know, they get pulled over for suspended license, they get a warrant, all the freedoms and luxuries they have in white supremacy, and knowing that black men do not have those same freedoms makes them feel more superior than the black men. But then you got to think about the white men, right? Now, most white women don't have to worry about this because they grow up in, you know, white homes and white communities and white neighborhoods with white people and white friends and everything white, high school white, college white. They ain't got to worry about no black people. But then you got the ones that are low down on the totem pole. The ones that ain't grow up with rich families. Yeah. The ones that actually had to go to school with these badass sisters. You know what I'm saying? It's got the yams and the big pretty lips and the pretty brown eyes, the chocolate skin. You know what I'm saying? They got to go to school with them. And guess what? They ain't got no behind. Right? You know what I'm saying? Looking like a wet walrus. walking through the school smelling like bologna meat. Right? You know what I'm saying? So you know what they end up doing? They end up being whores as early as middle school and high school. Because black girls have dignity. So if black girls got dignity, I'm gonna be a whore. And I'm gonna get these black boys to like me more than they like them. And that's why white women date black men. It is the only thing they can do to somehow trick their mind into believing that they are better or more desirable than a black man. You understand? It has nothing to do with the black man. You see what I'm saying? Because she can drop you, move on to the next. She'll drop you. She'll sleep with your brother while she with you. Right? You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of white women are such whores. Because they constantly have to prove that to themselves. You understand? They constantly have to prove that to themselves. Right? You understand? There's a white woman I used to work with that hate me to this day. She hate my guts out. She hate me bad. You understand? Because of a comment I made, but she shouldn't have asked my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one day I was working at a call center, and this white girl. Now the sisters that sat around me, they knew I was an Israelite. I don't date white women. If it's white, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They knew that. So, and they knew my stance on black women. So they knew that I'd rather deal with them. Like that song said, I'd rather be with you than all your BS. That's how I was with sisters. So they knew that I would never betray my sisters. So this white girl just happened to this day be sitting in our section. Right. And so she stood up. Now she ain't had no kind of body. She built like a 2x4. Right. You know what I'm saying? And she was ugly in the face. Right. Like, you know, white women, they age like cottage milk, right? Cottage cheese. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they get 30 and got wrinkles like they 40. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she stood up and stretched. I'm working. I'm not paying her no attention. and she just said, she stretched and she said, "Oh, I'm getting thick." And I was so flabbergasted that she actually said that I couldn't hide my reaction. I was like, so now she coming at me. She said, "What? She said, don't act like I ain't a hot meal. So I said, I just shook my head. She said, what? So you saying I ain't a hot meal? So I tried to think of the nicest way I could put it. I tried to be as nice as I could. There was a sister that worked there. Now I'm talking like body, like so bad. When I first seen this sister, it made my heart like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like, I thought my blood pressure dropped. Like my chest just felt like that's how bad she was. Like I'm talking like any brother see them cakes and pies. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on a phone call when I seen her on her first date, and I had to take my head. I said, "Hold on one second." Put the headphones down, went straight up to her. Like she was just that bad. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, couldn't go there. Right. But so the sister just happened to be walking by, right? She was like across the call center walking by. I said, you see that right there? And she turned around and looked. She said, yeah, what about it? I said, that's a hot meal. She said, so what am I? So I sat back and I thought for a second. I said, frozen fish stick. She picked up all the papers on the desk, threw them at me. All the sisters around her just died laughing. You know what I'm saying? And she hated. She tried to go to HR. She tried to get me fired for that. You know what I'm saying? But my saving grace was all the sisters had my back. Right. They said that she was asking me, like she should have just left it alone, but she was asking me my opinion, and I just gave her my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So they hate it so much when a black man desires a black woman, when any man desires a black woman more. Right. You understand? They hate that. So they date black women, they date black men, not to hurt the black woman. She does it to prove in her mind that she is more preferred than the black woman. Because the world tells her, oh, white woman is the greatest woman in the universe. She look at all the magazines and the white woman all over the magazine. Turn on the Grammys and the white woman winning all the Grammys. Go to the movies and the white woman, she always the prize. But yet when she go home in her little trailer park and she look at the black women in the hood, she ain't the prize. Right. You know what I'm saying? She the trash. Like she the trailer trash. Right. You know what I'm saying? So she has to do that. That's the only way in her mind she can prove that she is more superior in her mind. Not saying she is, but in her mind, she is more desired than the black woman. Right.
It's like, sir, like black women, blacks, Native American, and Hispanics, they got a God-given gift, something called natural beauty. Right. Like a black woman, Native Indian woman, and Hispanic woman, to be real, they don't need no makeup. They don't need no weave. They don't need no wigs, all of that, all the nails and stuff. They really don't need that. They natural beauty, like the beauty on how they look first thing in the morning when they wake up and get out of bed. Right. Like, bro, they are beautiful. Versus a white woman in the morning. Right. First thing you think about when you lay next to that white woman is, damn, your breath stinks. You feel me? Like, you got that morning breath. Like, ain't nobody trying to mess with you, but at the same time, like, if black women know the the worth of their beauty, you understand? Like, it wouldn't be no OnlyFans and with Backpage and all of that. It wouldn't be none of that, because if you know your worth, you feel me? You know that you can get any man you want. They know that now, but at the same time, like, you busy trying to be that white woman, you feel me, and not knowing that you are better than that white woman all the way around, cooking, cleaning, looking good, you know, taking care of a man, you are way better than that white woman all the way around.
Right.
And you shouldn't want to be that. Is when you want, that's one reason why black woman can't keep a man. You too busy trying to be that white woman.
Right.
You feel me?
When the white woman too busy trying to prove she better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, to them, it's more like a flex to black women that she's better than you. Right. They see this black men want me, they don't want you. Right. See what I'm saying? How they look at it. And see, the thing is that these white women, like, they racist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They racist. These white women is on your job, if you think it's your friend, guess what? When she get off work, she calling you all type of names.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got some names. They got a lot of names. You know what I'm saying? They got some names I'm not gonna disrespect my sisters by even repeating. You know what I'm saying? But they got a lot of names. And these white women on the job that you think is your friend because they talk and act like they from the hood, them be the worst ones. They hate you the worst because they don't have the riches and the power that the other ones of them have. They hate you even more because they don't have the riches of white supremacy. They hate you even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it like this: if you closer to the sun, you think you're gonna like the sun more? You know what I'm saying? If you get closer to the sun, you're gonna hate the sun more. You understand? You're not gonna like the sun more. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be like, more sun. No, because it exposes her vanity. You know what I'm saying? The white woman is a very vain woman. And white people in general have very fragile egos. They have very fragile egos. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that when you expose that chink in that armor, then the real them comes out. You know what I'm saying? So when white people start to get poor, you know what I'm saying? That's how the Ku Klux Klan got started. You know what I'm saying? The Ku Klux Klan, they blamed the Jewish man for getting rich. You know what I mean? Instilling riches, and really they just really hating on the Jewish man because the Jewish man did more robbing than they did. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jewish man, he if you ever see that movie, The Killers of the Flower Moon, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, specifically in the UPK, you have got to watch that movie. Go ahead. I'm gonna mess around and come in one day in class and just play the movie. Go ahead.
It's like it out of wine on. Another thing, that's another reason why you see all these white men that's supposedly and don't like black people, whatever. You see all these white men trying to get black women, right? Like because of their beauty. You remember that movie with Eddie Murphy and they've been selling drugs or whatever out of this candy shop or running a club out of the candy shop. I think it's something in Harlem, Harlem Nights. I think that's the name of the movie. Remember the black woman they sent to that white man?
Yeah.
And she made him, she ain't even told him to do it. She was just so beautiful. That man called his wife.
Wasn't her beauty up? Go ahead.
God, I get what you're trying to say, but that man called his wife and tell the little child, say, hey, your mama home? Give her the phone. Hey, I'm leaving her. I'm not coming back on. And he just hang the phone up. That made shed a tear.
Hey, that scene was hilarious. He said, yeah, put your mama on the phone. Martha, I ain't coming back. Yeah. He sat there and thought about it. Yeah, I mean, right to see, right. But yeah, that you know what I mean. Like the black woman is, she's been tricked into thinking that she has to be like the white woman. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean. And here's the thing. Like when I see like, I used to do a lot of business in strip clubs. You know, back when I was in the world, I used to do a lot of work in strip clubs. And I knew hundreds of strippers, you know what I mean? And I even dated a stripper for a time, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I learned, and I never really understood why or what it was about me that made a lot of these women comfortable enough to tell me these things. But almost every single stripper that I had extended conversations with, almost every single one, eventually told me that they was molested as a child. You understand? They was molested as a child. And the things that I learned just being in the UPK from General Muhammad, you understand, is that a lot of women, when you see them dressing provocative, when you go downtown, you see the women dressing half naked with shoestring dresses on. You know what I'm saying? If you get to know that sister, oftentimes you'll realize that sister been molested. She been sexualized at a young age. You understand? And because she was sexualized at such a young age, she associated being loved as being sexual. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these sisters be like, "Oh, I'm a sexual being." You ever heard a sister say that? Say, "I'm a sexual being." Yeah, you definitely are a sexual being. You understand? But a lot of these sisters that view themselves as sexual beings that are sexually liberated, oftentimes you'll find out that they've been molested too. Right? You understand? So they in order for them to, they feel like in order for them to be loved or to be accepted, they have to be promiscuous or dress revealing or be provocative. You understand? So you understand, with all that being said, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, you understand, are symptoms of segregation. You understand? All of these things are symptoms of segregation because we wasn't guilty of, we didn't have these problems when we were segregated. You understand? So this whole white settlement thing, that's a good thing, man. All white people should go live in the woods somewhere. Right. Go ahead and live in the woods somewhere. Leave us the hell alone. You understand? Matter of fact, to all the police officers, just go to the woods. Go police them devils in the woods. You understand? Go police them. You know what I'm saying? UPK, we can police black people. You understand? If UPK police black people will be fixed in a matter of weeks. We will fix every problem that black people have. We will fix every problem that black men have with one another, that black men have with their women, that black women have with their men. You understand? We will fix every problem in the black community. You understand? We will fix our problems. And then once we fix our problems, we will build our nation. You understand? And hey, listen, if they want to go sit off in the woods, let them go sit off in the woods and sing Kumbaya and eat flavorless chicken till they choke them. You understand? Because what's inevitably going to happen is that they are going to end up eventually eating us out of their beard because they don't know nothing. Our oppressor, everything about our oppressor was stolen. You understand? All of his wisdom and knowledge was stolen. You understand? He came to America. You know, here's the thing. If it hadn't been for the compassion of the North American Indian, our oppressor, he'd have died in the woods. You know what I'm saying? He came over here digging for gold. You understand? Meanwhile, our people, the dad was planting crops and looking at white folks like, y'all ain't gonna plant no corn. Yeah, wintertime coming here, wintertime, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like, you ain't gonna be able to eat my corn is gonna be my corn. So you might need to grow your some corn. So you get some corn in the wintertime.
You know how to hunt.
Yeah. He didn't even know how to do that. Right. They wasn't hunting in Europe. That wasn't even their culture. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, he's a cunning hunter, but they wasn't hunting in Europe. They were eating out of trash cans. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing in Europe before they killed us off. They took our land, took our kingdom, brought down our empires. They was eating trash, eating scrap. We was taking care of them. We was feeding them. They was on our welfare program. Guess what? We treated them better than they ever treated us here in America. You understand? They all had homes and families, food to eat, and jobs. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't being destroyed in the hood like we was. You know what I'm saying? Like our oppressor did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. When we was left alone, it's black people. When we was left to ourselves in Black Wall Street, Rosewood, cities like that, we became, matter of fact, let me show you something. Look at this right here, right? I can't share this. I'll show you this, right? I just did a quick Google search. Economic power of Black Wall Street in Tulsa. Black Wall Street, also known as the Greenwood District of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was a shining example of Black economic power, entrepreneurship, self-determination in the early 20th century. It was a vibrant and affluent community that defied the odds of segregation and discrimination to create a thriving economy within its own confines. Let's look up this word right here, affluent. Look up the definition of this word. I don't know what it is. Affluence, especially of a group or area having a great deal of money, wealth, freely flowing, or in great quantity. Good night. They had money growing on trees in Black Wall Street. Right. You know what I'm saying? They was spilling money. Right. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't dripping, they was spilling. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was a vibrant and affluent community. I already read it. Here's a glimpse into the economic power of Black Wall Street. Self-sustaining economy, meaning that it operated completely separate, right, from the United States. It was a completely separate economy. So Greenwood's Black business district flourished by circulating dollars within the local economy and establishing Black-owned banks and financial institutions. But these were slaves. Right? These was ex-slaves. Right? You know what I'm saying? That this was possible because Black residents were able to secure well-paying jobs and funnel those earnings back into their community. Right? Business ownership. Greenwood was a hub of entrepreneurial activity for over 600 businesses thriving by 1921. These include a diverse range of establishments, banks, laws, medical practices, grocery stores and restaurants, hotels and boarding houses, nightclubs and movie theaters, skilled crafts such as tailors. I bet they had the absolute best tailors in the world in Black Wall Street. Contractors, shoemakers, service providers like barbers and shoe shops, real estate and investment, education and human capital, generational wealth. These are the type of things you read about. So the racist mob burned down homes and businesses, killing hundreds of Black people and destroying over $200 million worth of Black wealth in today's dollars. Good.
Like, so that's a prime example when the Lord put in the Bible saying, when the righteous rule, you feel me, the world is at peace and joy. But when, because see, looking at that, I bet you there was no poor people, there was no homeless people in Black Wall Street. But now you look at the wicked ruler, there's homeless people everywhere. The economy ain't worth $2. Right. And we stay in some type of war. Let me not say we. America stays in some type of war. You understand? Like, that's why they should just sit the F down and let a Black man run.
Now, remember what that double said in that video clip? Remember what that double said, right?
We always start trouble.
Yeah, we always start trouble, and that we don't care. We destroy our neighborhoods. But listen, man, I want to show you Black Wall Street today. I want you to see Black Wall Street today. This is going on in the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma today. So homeless people continue to be a problem in the Greenwood district. So homelessness has been a huge issue downtown over the years. The Greenwood Chamber of Commerce and business owners are upset because they cannot run their businesses efficiently with this kind of traffic. News Channel 8 spoke with several business owners and managers in the Greenwood District Friday, and they tell us that this has been a problem for years. Now they are asking for the mayor's help. They had to take up the picnic tables out there because they were sleeping on top of the picnic tables. And it's for people to eat on. So just trying to keep those cleaned off so people can have a place to sit and eat. God damn. Homeless man can't have a place to lay his goddamn head because a white man need a place to sit and eat. White man is the devil. Right? And I pray that a goddamn meteorite land right in what's that town called?
The one they talking.
Yeah, I pray a goddamn meteor hit that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And fry all of them devils. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I pray, man. I listen, the white man, we should all white people, all y'all devils should move to all y'all should move there. Y'all should just pack up and move to Ozark. Right. Just make that white land deal. Right. Just pack up all, leave, shut down the police department and move to white land deal. You understand? Before you do that, give the Native Americans their land. You understand? Before you do that, then after you do that, give the Mexicans their land back. You understand? You know what I mean? Like just pack it up. Go ahead and move out of the White House. Hand the White House over to the management. You understand? And guess what? We let us thrive while you live over there in the Ozarks. You understand? Just go ahead and go to the Ozarks. Go be white all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Black people couldn't. When we tried that, they dropped a bomb on us. You understand? Now in that same town, Greenwood, the Greenwood district, Tulsa, Oklahoma, our black people we can't even sleep on the picnic table. They took away the picnic tables. That's how you know this is modern day Egypt. Our oppressor is just like Pharaoh. You understand? Pharaoh, he still required us to make the same amount of bricks, but with no straw. You understand? He purposely made our servitude harsher. Instead of kindness, he gave us harsh. What was the word? Cruelty. Instead of kindness, our oppressor gave us cruelty. These brothers and sisters is destroyed because of what you did almost 100 years ago. Because of what you did. You understand? You bombed a city. You did that. Ain't gonna talk about we destroyed our towns. You destroyed this town. And then you went and set up in the Chamber of Commerce, and instead of giving kindness to the people you destroyed, you gave them cruelty, man. Won't even let them have a place. If they don't have a place to lay their head, they definitely don't have a place to wash their behind. You take away every sense of dignity, man. We, as UPK, we go out here and we work for the homeless in Greenville, man. The homeless in Greenville. Listen, man, if you live in Greenville, when the last time you done anything for the homeless? When the last time you gave a damn about the homeless? To see what our homeless brothers and sisters is going through. You know what our homeless brothers and sisters ask for the most? They don't even ask for a place to live. They don't even ask for consistent food to eat. Our homeless brothers and sisters ask for a place to take a bath. They've been asking the city for that for years. They just want, come on, man, you can figure something out. For the homeless to take a bath and watch they, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, man. Like, how many diseases you think you can prevent amongst homeless people just by letting them wash up? You understand? They just want to be able to wake up. How can you get a job when you ain't been able to take a bath in 3 weeks? How you gonna get it? Who gonna hire you? BMW gonna hire you? You walk into an interview smelling like last month. Shoes falling off. Who gonna hire you? Then you got the nerve to tell our people to fill themselves up by their bootstrap. Say it's an equal opportunity economy. No, it ain't. You understand? No, it ain't. And if you believe it is, then you are a traitor to these brothers and sisters that are homeless right now in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you believe that this land is created equal, you are a traitor. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you believe that our people got a fair shake, you are a traitor to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You are a traitor to your forefathers, man. Because your forefathers knew that we ain't had no fair shake. When your forefathers' back was ripped open by whips, they knew they ain't had no fair shake. You understand? If I could, I want you to give me the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, Baba Shah. I want you to give me chapter 13, start at verse 11.
But our God, book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil.
The Lord gonna punish this world for their evil. The Lord is gonna punish these devils. They're gonna get punished. Read it again.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil.
This is evil, man. This is evil. What they did in Black Wall Street is evil. You understand? And then gonna want to go and try to, make a big, you know what I mean? You making a big fuck. Why would we want them anywhere near us when history shows us that they gonna be violent towards us? You understand? We should separate from them because the Lord gonna punish them. You understand? Read on.
And the wicked for their iniquity.
And what?
And the wicked for their iniquity.
And the wicked for their iniquity. Who's the wicked on the earth? Who's the wicked on the earth? Go ahead.
White man is the devil.
Our oppressor is the wicked on the earth. He's the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, man. He's the wicked. Read on.
God. And I will cause the arrogance, and I will cause the arrogant seed of the proud to cease.
You understand? He says, I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Who's more proud than the white man? You understand? It's arrogant and it's proud. Listen, man, sometimes I just be looking at white people and I just be hating how smug they are. You understand? Like you got some nerve that you slaughtered the North American Indians and you got some nerve to think you something great. You ain't nothing but a punk ass killer. Right? You a murderer. You didn't get this land through your intelligence. It was nothing intelligent about what you did when it came to building America. You built it through violence. What they call it? They call violence. They say it's low IQ, right? Right. When a person is violent, they say they person has a low IQ, right? The white man is an idiot and a violent one at that. You understand? And he's a proud devil. The Lord said he's gonna cause all that pride to cease. Talking about you gonna make America great again. Yeah, all right. The Lord gonna put a halt to that. Read on.
And will lay low the haughtiness of the terror.
You understand? These people is terrible. You understand? They terrible. You understand? They are terrible people, man. Read on.
Verse 12.
And the Lord said he's gonna lay them low. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lay them low, man. He gonna humble our person in a way that you listen. Listen now. A lot of our people can't imagine a humble white man. You understand? That's why so many of our people, like when we get a boot kiss, the boot kiss is not for us. You understand? We got 2 boot kisses in Greenville, downtown Greenville a couple weeks ago. Them boot kisses is not for us. We in the UPK, we can care less if these devils bow down and kiss our feet. We can care less. We don't give a damn. Because we know what the Lord wants. I'd rather you be in slavery. Right? I'd rather you be in chains. You understand? I'd rather be grabbing that chain and pulling all you devils by the neck and taking you to Commander General Hunter to get judged. That's what I would rather. You understand? So it don't mean nothing to us. You understand? For you to bow down. That's for our brothers and sisters in the world. To show them. For them to see that damn. You understand? To provoke them. Provoke their mind. And these devils, like maybe I, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I really am a victim. Maybe what the white man did really was wrong. Because he that sorry for it. But now they reflecting on what their forefathers do. You know what I'm saying? Either that or they gonna think it's blasphemy. Like the Hispanic brother. He's like, that's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 12 of Isaiah chapter 13. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Read that again.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Listen, it don't say I'll make a woman more precious than fine gold. Say I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Listen, the black man is the most downtrodden being on the planet. So much so he get downtrodden by his own woman, by the black woman. You understand? There's so many brothers that get destroyed because of black women. You understand? But the Lord say he gonna make us more precious than fine gold. You understand? Meaning that there's gonna come a day where we are gonna be worth more than gold. And what? Think about that. Right? Gold is like currency, right? Like big money, like money. Without money, what do you do? Without money in today's society, what happens?
You go to a trading system?
No. Without money, if you in today's society, if you ain't got no job, no check coming in,
You broke, you homeless.
you broke, homeless. So when you gotta eat, then what?
You got scattered.
You need a place to live, then what?
You got to get a box.
You know what I'm saying? Where you get the box? You got a lot you got to figure out. You see what I'm saying? So without that, you damn near dead. You 1 foot out the grave, basically. You see what I'm saying? Right. The Lord say one day he gonna make a man more valuable than money. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, a lot of black women favor money more than a man, and will leave a man because he ain't got money. You see what I'm saying? But here's something a lot of people don't realize: a computer glitch. Matter of fact, not even a computer glitch. A business decision between two nations can make the U.S. dollar go from being $1 to a penny overnight. You ever seen the stock market crash? You ever seen cryptocurrency crash? I've seen Bitcoin go from $10,000 of Bitcoin to zero. People who paid $10,000 for a Bitcoin lost all their money. Now it's back up to about 100,000 now. But I saw that first Bitcoin crash. That could very easily happen to the US dollar. See what I'm saying? If a couple billionaires were to say, you know what? I'm gonna transfer my money over to yen, that will crash the American dollar. It'll crash the dollar. That's how these Forex traders make their money. Similar to crypto, it's just dealing with real money, with real fiat currency. You see what I'm saying? So a couple billionaires can decide, you know what? I'm gonna be Chinese. Transfer all their wealth to China. Like Elon Musk. If Elon Musk was to pack up and leave America and take all his wealth with him, that kind of wealth could hurt the economy. You see what I'm saying? Could hurt the dollar. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying Elon Musk could make the dollar worth a penny, but he could definitely shift the needle a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So if money is the most important thing, you see what I'm saying? You never heard the term that money can't unlame a lane? You understand? What you think Diddy gonna do if his dollar is worth nothing tomorrow?
Still gonna be the same way.
I mean, how he gonna survive? You understand? How he gonna survive? You understand? Think about it like that, right? If the economy crash, What's gonna happen with all these pill heads, all these Percocet poppers? Are they gonna be able to take care of a family? No. So in that day, a real man, a brother in the UPK, is gonna be more precious than gold. Meaning that your only chance at survival will be attaching yourself to a man in the UPK. You understand? That's reality. You understand? And specifically, I say the UPK because this is the house that the Lord is raising. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? You think you're gonna go and get you a GMS member? You're gonna end up raped. Go ahead. I mean, assaulted. Sexual. Go ahead.
Your sister wife gonna be 13 years old.
Yeah, your sister wife gonna be 13. What they say? What they say? As soon as she have her flower, right? She a woman. You know what I'm saying? Or your daughter, right? You know what I'm saying? GMS they weird like that.
Like I said,
go ahead.
A grown man like that try to touch my little 12, my little 13-year-old angel, and look at it. Been a week last person got to work.
Listen, man. Listen. In that day, you do something like that, you gonna end up in a place where the only thing that's gonna see you is the worms. Right? You understand? Read on.
Got out of concept. Verse 13 of Isaiah chapter 13. It's like continuing on verse 12. Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
Listen, the Lord said he was going to shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. You understand? Listen, the heavens is where our oppressor rules. The Lord is shaking the heavens right now. The heavens is being shook. You understand? You got the president like I had never in the time of my life seen so many scandals involving presidents ever. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't recall this level of scandals going on. You know what I'm saying? The president covering, man, look, it's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you look at it, but to me, it's unprecedented. Right? You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm pretty sure that the things Donald Trump is guilty of been going on in the White House for centuries. But the fact that it's on Front Street right now, the way it is, and the economy getting shook the way it is, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, he's shaking up the heavens. Go ahead.
It's a prophecy that the Lord put in the Bible. He said it's going to come a time when he's going to uplift the skirt Shalom, Lord of Christ. If you can hear me, having technical difficulties, we're gonna go ahead and end the class. Shalom, Lord of Christ.